define your research. Our contestants today are Vivian and Valerie. Round 1, Hangman. And your clue today, ladies, is source. Let's get started. C.
M.
A.
G. L. N.
V. V.
E.
J.
S.
O.
R.
I.
P.
U.
D.
And the answer is academic journal. What?
What?
So when we heard the word academic journal, we really didn't know what we were doing. It was kind of like blank in our minds.
When I heard journal, I just thought of a series of events or recording of events.
When I heard of academic journals, I thought of like being in a school, like history from a school or college that was like written by a student.
When I thought of academic journal, I just thought it was like somebody's recording their observations, like a scientist or something.
The more research we found, the more we learned what an academic journal is.
So what is the definition of an academic journal?
It's usually journals or articles written and reviewed by someone who is an expert in their field.
Based on experts' research on the subject that they're reading about or doing the article about. We are going to show you where to find online versions of academic journals.
They are usually more up to date than the print copies in the library.
First, log into MyASU.
Click on Library, then click on Subjects and Course Guides, Library Guides. After that, go on Finding Articles, Research Databases tab. It's towards the top of the web page.
The first database we are going to look at is Academic Search Premier. Make sure to place a check mark by peer reviewed and full text. You want it to be peer reviewed by other experts for accuracy, and you should be looking for a full article, not just an abstract of it.
Find the one you're looking for and click on it. Scroll down to find academic journals.
Certain features of an online database include completed citations.
How do you evaluate an academic journal? Right now, we'll show you a checklist of certain steps you can do to make sure your journal has all the correct information. Audience. Who is the intended audience that's going to be reading this article? Objective. Is the article biased? Is the article based on facts or opinions? These are the things you have to be looking at while you're reading it. Scope. Is the article based on primary or secondary resources? Does it provide new information? Is it a summary of the published work, or is it in-depth reporting of the original research? Clarity. Is the article clear? Is it easy to read? Is it easy to follow? References. Does the article contain cited references? Does it demonstrate the author's conclusions based on the work of other experts? Supporting documentation. Are there charts, graphs, any of those things that make you see visually what's going on? These steps can help you evaluate an academic journal to make sure if it's right for you to use.
Now we're going to show you guys where the academic journals are located in the library. Follow us. This one section right here in the library is where the academic journals are located. I got the hard copy academic journal from right up here. As you can see, the World Leisure Journal 2008 copy. And then copy.
You have to run around here. And I got a paperback copy, the Journal of Social Work Education, and it's the 2008 fall edition.
And now we're going to tell you the differences between the hard copy and a paperback academic journal. Mine is the World Leisure Journal, which is the hard copy.
I have the paperback journal, which is the Journal of Social Work Education. Okay, the most up-to-date print version journals are usually written a few years from today.
Newspapers are the most up-to-date, but they are not peer-reviewed by experts.
Okay, this academic journal is issued seasonally 3 times a year, with the summer and spring combined.
Each year being a different color, though.
Both academic journals are organized according to chapter, which are titled in the table of contents.
As you can see in the hard copy and the paperback. The author is noted on the first page of the chapter, as you can see right here. And it's usually by a professor or anybody from a specific college.
Okay, for academic journals, I recommend doing a quick peer review of the chapter or article by scanning over the subheadings and reading the abstract to figure out what the chapter is about.
The first paragraph that is centered at the page is the abstract, even though it is not stated. Unlike the hard copy, it is stated at the beginning of every chapter.
Okay, an abstract is a quick blurb of what the article is going to be about.
Throughout the academic journal, there are graphs, statistics, diagrams, and other data to support an author's research. Like this one right here. Can't kind of see it, but it's right there.
Okay, towards the end of the chapter, there are references that are listed if anyone wants to see where the author got their information. And an author's credentials are at the bottom. It might state like this guy's a professor from a certain university or something that did research in that area. At the end of the journal, there are also lists of books that the organization used as part of their research.
Unlike the hard copy has a book review. It's not a list of books, it's just one book review.
This one is a list of books. You can also find a publisher in the inside cover to determine the quality of the research being done.
In the hard copy, I could not find a publisher at all, so I tried looking all over the hard copy.
And sometimes you might be able to figure out if the institution is recognized in that field or something. Okay, the paperback has a list of books received at the back. And then it also has a list of peer reviewers towards the back of like who determined the worthiness of this journal.
The hard copy has an editors and the authors on the same page, which is usually in the beginning of the academic journal. The hard copy has a books review page, news and notices section, and the editorial in the hard copy. The editorial is usually right before the first chapter of the academic journal, but like I said, news and notices and the books reviewed are towards the end of the book. And the peer reviewed are listed for the entire year in the last issue of the academic journal. And these are some differences between the paperback and the hard copy of an academic journal.
Hopefully this video gives you a better understanding of what an academic journal is, how it's used, and what you can use it for.
We were able to show you 2 different ways to find it online and in the library as a print copy.
We hope you are able to use this source as a future reference, like using our checklist to check if your academic journal is correct.
Now you have a better idea of how to use this source, especially for a research paper.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you guys learned as much as we did.
And hopefully you guys aren't as scared to find some sources for your research project now.